everyone. Welcome back to Speaking with Intent, the podcast where I break down how clear, deliberate communication builds respect, trust, and influence in real life. I'm Paul, communication coach, and someone who spent decades watching good people lose power in conversations without ever realizing why. Today, I want to teach you something most people only learn when they pay a lot of money for it or failing repeatedly. Today I want to teach you about something most people only learn from structured courses. There is an invisible contract running every conversation you have. And if you don't control it, someone else will. Here's the problem that most people don't see. Every time you speak in a meeting, in a negotiation with your spouse, with a client, or with your boss, there's an unspoken agreement being formed. It answers questions like, why are we here? What's supposed to happen next? Who's leading? How much time and attention is required? And what does success look like after this exchange? Most people never define this. They walk into a conversation hoping it goes well. Hope is not a strategy. What is actual invisible contract? What really is it? Here's the truth most communication courses don't say plainly. Every conversation has rules, whether you set them or not. When you don't clarify intent, people interrupt you, meetings drag on, decisions don't get made, emotions escalate, and authority erodes. Not because you're bad at communicating, but because the frame was never set. In elite communication environments such as structured military briefings, executive negotiations, or high-level sales, just as some examples, this is handled immediately. Not aggressively, not awkwardly, but intentionally. Here's what trips up intelligent, competent people. They assume shared understanding. They think, everyone knows why we're here, or I'll clarify as I go, or it'll sort itself out. Well, it won't. The person who defines the purpose, the structure, and the outcome automatically gains psychological authority. That doesn't mean dominance, it means leadership. Here's the framework people usually learn through either experience or through structured paid courses. Before any meaningful conversation, silently or verbally, lock in three things. First one, intent. Why are we talking right now? Number two, the outcome. What does done look like? And three, the time and scope. How much energy does this deserve? Here's an example, and you can listen to the difference. The first example, I just wanted to talk about something real quick. And that's not it. It's not going to have a good conversation. You're not going to feel complete when it's over with. The right way, or a better way to say that, would be, I want to spend 5 minutes aligning on next steps so we don't create confusion later. The second version, it signals leadership. It respects time, it reduces resistance, and it raises trust. Same information, different authority. Now, how does this work psychologically? Well, the human brain is constantly scanning for uncertainty, wasted effort, and emotional risk. When you define the contract, anxiety drops, focus increases, defensiveness decreases. People don't resist clarity, they resist ambiguity. When you remove ambiguity, you gain influence without pressure. Now, this shows up everywhere. This affects leadership credibility, sales conversations, feedback discussions, marriage and family communication, and conflict resolution. If you've ever thought, why didn't they hear me? Or why did that spiral out of control? Why did I lose control of that conversation? Chances are you never set the contract. Here's your takeaway, hopefully. If you don't define the conversation, you will be defined by it. Communication isn't about saying more, it's about setting intent first. Now, if this helped you, share it with someone who keeps getting talked over, misunderstood, or ignored. Send me some feedback or drop some comments on what more information I can provide or how I can provide a better podcast with more information for you. And as always, speak with intent.